Good morning, dreamers. How are you today? Oh, that's funny. No, my Canada Day nails are not to go with my Oklahoma mug. That's weird because I'm not celebrating Oklahoma with just drinking out of a mug. Oh, our country's been through quite a bit. Our whole world has. Our whole world has. But our country has just been through the ringer and seems to still be going. But I'm so thankful that I live in Canada. Doesn't mean that we're better than. We can do stats and we can do surveys and we can do all of that. I'm just grateful. I'm grateful that um, my father and his family came. They were immigrants and they came to Canada. But they came because of how things were in Britain at the time post-war, post-World War II. And you look at, if the wars hadn't happened, would I be half of someone else? These are the weird things my brain goes through. And when they were there in England, and my grandfather was late for the last bus of the night because he was flirting with my grandma. But he was late for the bus and he didn't catch it. And as he was pursuing that bus, they were bombed, and that bus, everyone on that bus passed away because of war. And I was thinking, so if he had been on that bus, he wouldn't have married grandma, so that she would have married someone else. So that dad would be half of someone else. And then would they have come to Canada? And if so, would I be like I wouldn't be. And it's just so strange to think about these things. These are the where my brain goes when it has time to think on its own. Thinking's a dangerous pastime. But I'm thankful that through all the puzzle pieces, God saw fit to create this being called Marilyn. And He's put all my life's puzzle pieces together. Are there some missing pieces? Are there some pieces where, you know how when little kids have puzzles, sometimes the little peninsulas off of them, they get bent or broken and sometimes ripped. It depends on how well they're playing with them. But some of those pieces are a little bent, but the puzzle still fits, And I'm so grateful for the children God has loaned me and all of their puzzle pieces. When I imagined what the box would look like, you know how the box reflects the picture that you're supposed to be building? Well, when we have a puzzle given to us at birth, we design the box. And then sometimes we get disappointed or overwhelmed when the puzzle fitting together doesn't look like what's on the box. And I just think about how sometimes we wish certain puzzle pieces were a different way. And I'm not trying to be fatalistic, like what's going to happen is going to happen. I'm not trying to be like that, but I'm just so grateful that the one who cut out the pieces to the puzzle, the Almighty Creator, He knows what the box looks like. And He gave all the pieces we need. All the pieces we need for our puzzle. If I go borrowing from someone else, it's not going to fit my puzzle. It just won't. And I am looking at the box, and as the Holy Text says, we look through a glass darkly. It's like we're looking in a foggy mirror. And that's kind of what the box looks like when we have to realize that it's going to look different than what we first imagined. I remember going through counseling after we were separated first, and the counselor just said, nobody signs up for this. You don't stand there in front of the church, in front of everyone, and you say those vows signing up for this. And it was like, okay, because in my brain I was like, well, I have to stick this out. I have to stick this out. I signed up for it. No, not this. And so it was just one of those things where it was like, okay, I'm allowed to adjust the box. I'm allowed to adjust what the box looks like, because the puzzle is not fitting that box. It happens in every area of life. Relationships, like friend and romantic, and it happens in jobs. It happens in, we have these things called disappointment, unmet expectations, disillusionment. The box the puzzle's kept in doesn't look the way we thought it would. But the designer of the puzzle has a much better plan. And I don't get it. I don't get it at all. But I'll have to get it to have faith that it is so. So if you're in a state where you're disillusioned between the puzzle set before you and the box that you were looking at, and if you're in a place where you have to deconstruct that box and say, okay, God, help me see the picture for real. It's okay. It's okay. Doesn't mean you've made errors that cannot be fixed. It doesn't mean that if my kids' boxes don't look the way I thought they would look, doesn't mean that they're wrong. It just means I have to readjust. I have to pull back, spend some time in prayer and meditation, and just, okay, God, what do you want from me as I help put these puzzle pieces together? So as you do your jigsaw today, you start your week's puzzle. If you're like me, you sit down, you look at what's coming in the week, you look at what tasks you need to do. I already have, Stella, get off it. I have a list of all the tasks the kids have to do while they are home and I am working. And I sat down last night and I put that together because I was putting together what I thought the box of the week would look like. And I have to be flexible enough to know that the box might not turn out the way the puzzle does. And it's okay. It is okay. So keep your feet flat on the ground, but save some space for your dreams to go to the clouds. Know that I love you, and it's okay if your box doesn't look like the puzzle in front of you. Keep the puzzle, toss the box. Know that I love you, sweet dreams.